Okay, in this lesson we're going to look at reverse percentages. So that's where you're given a percentage of a number and you've got to work out what the original number was. So here's an example. 40% of a number is 32. What is the number? So whenever I get a question like this, the first thing I do is write down what I've been given. I've been told 40% equals 32. Then what I do is I work out what 1% is. So I work out what 1% is. So to get from 40% to 1%, to get from 40% to 1%, I would divide by 40. So I would take my 32 and I would divide by 40 as well. So I do 32 on my calculator, I do 32 divided by 40 and I get 0.8. So that equals 0.8. So that's 1%. I wanted to know what the number was, so the number was 100%. So to go from 1% to 100%, I times by 100. So you times your number by 100, and 0.8 times 100 equals 80. So the original number was 80. So in a reverse percentages question, to recap, I write down what percentage you've been given and what that equals. I find 1% by dividing, and then what I do is I times by 100 to find the number that I would have started with. So in this case it would have been 80. Okay, so in this question you've got David's pay increases by 10% to £6.60 an hour. What was his pay before the increase? So in this question you need to consider what percentage you've actually been given. So his pay before the increase was 100%. It then increases by 10%, so it goes up to 110%. And that equals £6.60. So because it increases by 10%, it's 110%. If it increased by 9%, it would be 109%. If it decreased by 5%, it would be 95%. Okay, so what we need to do is find what 1% is. So we divide by 110. So you take your £6.60, you divide it by 110, and you get it's equal to 0.06 pounds or 6 pence. That's 1%. You want to find out what 100% is, what it was before the increase. So you times by 100, and then you get, whenever you times it by 100, you would get £6. So his pay before the increase was £6 an hour. So again, you write down what percentage you've been given, you divide to get 1%, and you times by 100 to get what you started with. Okay, so we're going to do two more exam questions. So during a dry summer, a reservoir loses 35% of its water. The reservoir holds 26 million litres of water at the end of the dry summer. How much water did it hold before the dry summer? You can tell this is a reverse percentages question because it says how much did it hold before. You know, like you can spot these types of questions and say how much does it hold before? What was the original price of the pizza? That sort of thing. Okay, so first thing is write down what percentage you've been given. So it loses 35%. So if it was full before, or if we just consider what it was before to be 100%, if we lose 35%, it's going to be 65%. That equals 26 million. Okay, so 65% equals 65 million. Again, then you're going to find 1%. So to find 1%, you divide by 65. So you're going to divide this by 65 as well. So you'll do 26 million divided by 65, and you'll get 400,000. Okay, and then you want to find out what 100% is. So you then times by 100. So you add on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you add on 2 zeros, and then that would be your answer. So your answer would be 40 million. Okay, and that's it. Let's have a look at one more question. Okay, and finally, Gotland, excuse my Swedish pronunciation, Gotland is an island which forms part of Sweden. The area of Gotland is 3,140 square kilometres. This is 0.8% of the total area of Sweden. What is the total area of Sweden? So here you can tell that it doesn't have the words original before, but this time you can tell that you've been given a percentage and you need to find out what 100% of the area is, okay, what the area of Sweden is. So you've been given 0.8% equals 3,140. You want to find out what 1% is, so again, what you're going to do is divide by 0.8. You always divide by the percentage you've been given. So you're going to do 3,140 divided by 0.8. And you get 3,925. Well, that's 1%. You want to find out what 100% is. So you're going to times by 100, so add on 2 zeros. There you go, so that's your answer. Your answer is going to be 392,500 square kilometers. Kilometers squared. Okay, and that's it.